Loading processor.
Sige. Hi, welcome to the Freeman Conversations. I'm Jobert Oka, the online editor of the Freeman. Thank you very much for joining us on the weekend, and what better time to talk about families, babies, and moms than on a weekend. We have guests today who will give us some good news, and for anything else, we'd like to greet everyone in advance. Happy Chinese New Year! It's going to be on February 5.
Yes.
And to you, three ladies here, happy Chinese New Year to the three of you.
Yes.
Joining us in the Freeman Conversations today to talk about moms, babies, and kids are Dr. Marini Tabon Esguerra. She is known popularly as Tita Dog Mom by her parents. She's a pediatrician and an international board certified lactation consultant. Also with us in the panel is Mami Laika de la Piazza. Thank you very much for joining us today. She's actually a licensed customs broker by profession. But she is also a mom and a founder of an online community for moms, Cebu Mommy Women Support Group. And also in the panel is a good friend, May Lee. Thank you very much for being able to catch up today. She is a mother of two now, right?
Right, two.
Two. And of course, the founder and CEO of Purple Shop Philippines. Thank you very much, ladies, for being with us today. Welcome to the Freeman and the Freeman Conversations. I heard you have some good news for all of us.
Yes, we do. On March 2 and 3, we have an event in Ayala Center, Cebu. It's going to be the whole day, filled with activities for moms and kids. And it's really geared towards supporting and empowering moms and their families, moms and dads, and titos and titas. It's a fair. It's called the myticketing.com Babies and Kids Celebrations Fair. And the highlight of this one is to celebrate your babies and kids' milestones.
Okay.
So we are gearing from preparation during pregnancy, birth, and all the way towards school age kids and all that. It's going to school. There's still complementary feeding. There's still breastfeeding and sort of pregnancy. So we have to celebrate events like this. It's fun. It's not all GGB and bukang buho, right?
What made you guys decide to come up with an activity like this one?
Actually, we've been doing activities for years, and my own journey started with an invitation to host a Big Latch On. The Big Latch On is an annual event internationally on the first week of August, so see you there. And the moms will breastfeed together for 1 full minute at 10:30 a.m. local time. So if you're in New Zealand, if you're in Germany, if you're in, other countries, Nepal, and Philippines, you will breastfeed for 1 minute and be counted. And we always have it every year. It's going to be year 5? Year 5 this year, the first week of August. So we have several events, like we have Growing Babies, which is birth classes and helping moms handle their pregnancy so that they will have normal deliveries. And through a friend who is a pediatrician in Manila, I was introduced to Mafel of myticketing.com, and they handle the kasalan. And they've been doing it for years, and they want to expand, right? To moms and kids. And they approached me and asked me if there's something I have in mind, and I said, yay, free space for the breastfeeding advocacy. So we talked about it, and we decided to do a whole fair thing to celebrate the breastfeeding moms and babies.
On a personal note, what made you become an advocate of breastfeeding?
Oh, I'm a pediatrician, and I should be an advocate for breastfeeding.
Okay.
And then I thought that it would be easy, but it wasn't. This would be Aisha. So I sat down and studied it and became a lactation consultant. I had a really hard time, and now my work is partly on helping moms and babies handle their journeys, because it's not as easy as they make it seem on TV.
Okay.
And you know what? I met Laika that way too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then later on, Laika became so passionate about helping moms and babies in other ways, not just breastfeeding. And I'm like, I can't do everything, So
Why is lactation, breastfeeding rather, difficult? What makes it difficult?
it's difficult because we never really see people.
I know this doesn't sound like a stupid question coming from a man. It's actually an innocent question for the benefit of those watching us. Future mothers,
I think
perhaps.
Laika will answer that one.
Future mothers. How difficult is it to breastfeed a child?
Maybe because it requires determination, support. Nga, not all the time a mom has. Dako ang factor ang support kung magpa-breastfeed ka. Kay, if for example, you lack support, wala mo kayo makapa-inspire din mo to padayon. Like for example,
What kind of support like are we talking about?
first support, important kay family support. Mga nag-surround sa imo like your husband, pinaka-importante yun ang bana, suporta sa imong bana, if na kay bana.
Okay.
Talking about na
Because we also have single moms around. Yeah.
Importante ang suporta sa bana. Next is importante ang suporta sa mga lula, mga lolo. Very kay you know mga naapod ba sila yung mga beliefs nga although they suggest it and they're kanang in good faith but kanang dili na updated ba?
Okay, traditional beliefs.
Traditional beliefs, yeah. And then, ikatulo nga importante po is suporta mom kung mom support. Kay, if you see a mom breastfeed, of course, you yourself inspire sa nga, uy, she can do it, I can do it too.
Okay.
Mom kung ang masud si mong utok.
Yeah.
So, that is basically one of the struggles in breastfeeding, support.
Alright.
Kay dili tanan inahana ay suporta makuha.
Especially sa work.
Yeah, especially sa work.
Yeah, because I think only very few office spaces in the Philippines
Yeah.
are very conscious about breastfeeding mothers,
Yeah.
where they have specific rooms where moms and new moms can breastfeed their kids.
But it's actually a law already.
Yeah.
The RA 10028,
Yeah.
which says that all public areas in the whole Philippines should have a breastfeeding room.
Yeah.
So they are required to have at least one. And I guess the
Should have,
monitoring,
yes.
it's not
Should
so well.
Unfortunately, we are in
Enforced.
the Philippines.
Yes.
Where enforcement of laws
Yeah.
remains a big challenge.
Yes,
But
yes.
before that, May, what was your challenge? Did you breastfeed?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I think
Was
one
it a
of the-
conscious choice? Was it your choice to breastfeed?
Yes, it was. I think one of the things that makes breastfeeding unknowns to many, unknowns to those who have not yet tried it, is actually when you do breastfeed, especially like for me before, when I was a career woman, I
Yes.
worked, right? Now I'm in the corporate world.
You were everywhere.
Breastfeeding for me was like, it takes a lot of time from you, okay? I enjoyed it the first 2 months. You know, from the very beginning of breastfeeding, the very first time you do it, when you latch the baby, it's not that easy. Because first, it may not come out, you know, and then you have to do, I could remember, I won't say how I did it the first time, but it was difficult to let that milk come out. That
Okay,
that
is there
moment,
any way for a mother to know if she has milk or not?
you
Aside
have
from
to,
latching,
you have to
pump.
or you have to
Yes.
squeeze it out and check if it comes out. The very first part of colostrum, that's one of the things that we were really because after to have our baby take that, no? So that's the first
Yeah.
few days.
The first 1 to 3 days.
the first
when
1
the milk
to
is in
3
the
days.
colostrum.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
It
the
just
most
drops.
important milk, that the baby should have. So the very first time your baby latches on you, it doesn't come out easily for some moms, like mine, I needed the help of my husband, if you know what I meant, you know.
Support.
Please explain though.
Can we
Why
see
is
it?
that a challenge? Why is
Say
that a
what?
challenge?
How my husband helped me?
Go ahead. You can probably help somebody. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and say it.
No, my question is to our pediatrician, why is it difficult for some moms?
Because we're not familiar with it. It's actually a very natural thing. It just happens. It's not rocket science. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
But because our norms, our stereotype of milk is like, shh, goddess, like that
No.
right away. And the expectation of your milk flowing like a fountain on the first day is so unreal.
It's
Okay.
not real at all.
So you
Okay.
have to make the expectation of the mom
Yes,
realistic, which
realistic.
is the first 2 to 3 days. You really won't see the milk come out. And
Okay.
if you're expecting the milk to come out but it's not coming out, you're gonna think that your baby is hungry, but actually the baby is shocked that he or she was born. Can you imagine 9 whole months in the cold, warm, swimming environment of the amniotic fluid, hearing your mother's heartbeat, and you're kind of go up there, diba? And all of a sudden, you're pushed outside of the uterus, and sometimes the CS pa yun. And then, of course, on the first day when you're a baby, imagine if you're a baby and you were just born, you're so tired, right?
Yeah.
So you sleep like one day, you sleep like a day, matulog for one day, and the next day, Oh my God, where am I? I have a bonnet. I have that tapis-tapis with a hugot-higot.
Yeah.
I have that mittens. Napagin na siya diaper, di ba, bulky. Nga napagin siya purol. After sa purol, na siya booties. Then the kanang swado. And then katong gift sa nga gisod sa BB box ikan sa States. Kailangan sa picture. So having all that and being outside of the womb environment and it's noisy and other people are carrying you, and if you're a baby that would be so unfamiliar and you'd be shouting the whole day.
Okay.
And the mom would interpret that as
Gutom.
Gutom. But it's actually not gutom all the time.
I see,
And
I see.
that is the beginning palang birth.
That's the beginning.
Of the hard work of all moms
Yes.
who do breastfeed.
Yeah.
Let me clarify first.
Yeah.
All moms are capable of breastfeeding, but it's not easy to all.
Yes.
Okay. So it's actually not true that a mom may not be able to breastfeed.
That is a complicated question. Would you like me to answer your
Sure.
question? There are so many reasons that the mom is not able to breastfeed.
Okay.
Because what is the definition of breastfeeding? It is giving the milk from your breast directly to your baby. If you have no support in your work environment, you may be able to pump your milk or hand express your milk and put it in a container and give it to baby, and that is breast milk feeding.
Okay.
Okay? It is not breastfeeding, but it's still breast milk feeding, and that is still important. And there are so many other reasons, like if you are diabetic, if you had cesarean section, if you have any endocrine problems, you had difficulty getting pregnant, and mga IVF, they have some hormonal imbalances that may make it difficult for them to breastfeed.
Okay.
Okay? And
Because no milk will be coming out?
because
Or-
it may be delayed or decreased in quantity. Okay,
alright,
but
alright.
generally, and the book says it's only around 1 to maximum of 10% of the women population who will not be able to breastfeed. But I don't know how real that number is, because not a lot of people are studying breastfeeding because there's no money in it. So.
Okay.
And
What about you? Did you have a difficult time breastfeeding, or was it easier for you?
Actually, my concern is breastfeeding was weight gain, and that was kanang mao na siya ang nag-lead na ko to meet doc. Because because Dr. Marini is the only IBCLC here in Cebu, so she was the best person for me to address the issue.
Okay.
Well, if you saw my daughter, she is petite. Mahibo pa mga nung petit. Diba? But then, at that time I was pressured kay, people were saying, gamay mo yung anak. So, even if ako salig sa kong gatas, murag, I just want to make sure
You
na
had milk.
I have milk.
Okay.
Ako, salig ko sa kong milk. And then people around me were like saying, ano yung anak gamay man? So, although nagsalig ko sa kong gatas, I just want to make sure na she is okay. Nga, wala siya problema. Kay, stereotype, basta gani gamay, masakit.
Yeah.
Di ba? Basta gamay, masakit yun, basta gani tambok.
Healthy.
Healthy.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was, that lead me to meeting Dr. Marini. That was around 3 years ago.
Okay.
So, mo to siya, I had a few sessions with her, including sa iyang pediatrician. And bottom line is, both of them said, yung mga nagamay lang yun. Nagkaliwag na ninyo.
But actually, she was healthy.
Yeah, she was healthy. She was healthy. Wala siya problema. Although, naa siya sa borderline, but she is within normal range.
Okay.
And then, mo na siya nga, si Dr. Marie, yung pediatrician, ingon siya nga, okay naman yung mga anak, kamay lang yun siya. Panaliwat lang yun siya ni mo. Kay, ihasang papa is also petite like me.
Okay.
So, mo na siya
She's
kung...
really just a daughter to her parents.
Ha? Yeah. Tapos diba, if akong anak, tambo, kami doon siyang amahan niwang, oh my God, nagising siya kami.
Okay. So what did doc prescribe that you do?
Actually, at that time nga I met Dr. Rini, she was already complementary feeding, so nag-solid food na siya. She was prescribed Heraclin, as well as i-mix ang VCO sa iyang food. And then, wala din siya ni-gain of weight. Inana, hindi siya lawas.
Okay.
Yeah, she gained, but when she was 4 to 12 months, stagnant na yung weight gain. Wala siya nitambok, as in, ni plateau yung weight, which is normal sa breastfeeding, right? Ni plateau yung weight gain. By the time she was 1 year old, ni-increase gamay. And now that she's 3 years old, she is about 9 kilograms or 10 kilograms lang. But
how long were you breastfeeding?
I'm currently breastfeeding now.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm already on my 3rd year breastfeeding. Currently going 4th year
Wow.
breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And I'm a working mom.
Okay. My question is, does it go easier or harder the more that you breastfeed?
As of now, in my case lang ha, it's easier for me because I just work where I live. But akong office is just below where I live.
Okay.
So technically, I can bring my daughter anywhere. I can bring my daughter sa office, and then it's actually easier for me because tapulan kay ko muhugas o bigaron. That was actually that was actually my mindset before when I was pregnant. Oh my God, daghan ako kay gasodon. I'm sterilizing, and oh my God.
That might be true because when my younger brothers were born, I was actually one of those who had to clean the milk bottles for my mother. Yeah.
And then at that time, when I gave birth to her, I was in the middle. I was actually padung ko mag-review ba. So I was actually going to review pagka mag-board exam ko, and then technically when you're reviewing, when you're studying, I don't have time to wash bottles, to sterilize bottles. So, if I breastfeed ko, magtuon lang ko, pak! Hindi na siya din ha!
Okay. Just to clarify, this is your 3rd year breastfeeding your child, but you only have 1 child.
Yeah.
For now.
For now.
So you've been breastfeeding for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Is this normal? Because the usual concept again, breastfeeding is that ako mga kubuson pa ng baby. But after 3 years old, you can actually breastfeed up to that age, Doc?
The biologic time for kids to start breastfeeding is when their milk teeth fall out. And how old is that?
6,
7-ish.
I
So
see.
if you
Okay.
belong to this tribe untouched by Western civilization, you
Yeah.
still see school-age children breastfeed. And this day and age, there are a lot of school-age children breastfeed. Like I breastfed 3 years and 4-ish months or something like that.
I see.
So
To clarify to our viewers, because many of us believe that many people actually find it abnormal.
It's not abnormal, it's just what the law mustered to sign.
Okay.
So they just mustered to sign na kutob diha because when they musugot nga maabot og 3 years. But actually the biologic norm to stop is because you're always giving antibodies to your baby, and your baby's immune system starts to ripen around 2 years old, but really is great mga 5 years old na. And you want to continue giving that breast milk to your baby for protection. Above 1 or 2 years old, the main feature of your breast milk will really be protection. For example, your baby's risk for diarrhea will be decreased by 60%. Every time you're breastfeeding. So
why is that?
Because there's antibodies in the breast milk, and pang kontra sa mga germs and all that, and decreased contamination from all the mixing and all the hugas-hugas and the water.
Okay.
The water may not be that safe, and the milk formula is not sterile.
Okay.
So it's just in a can, it's clean, but it's not sterile. So there could be some impurities in it, and like in other countries, there are presently recalls of milk because they're trace nila ba mo ni reason na outbreak na mga inana.
Yeah.
So
what about you, May? Were you aware that you can actually breastfeed your child until?
I was aware, but because of my job, I only lasted for I think 6 months. Now that as I said earlier, that's
So
where
these
the
are environmental
difficulty came in.
factors.
Yes. But I was aware that you can breastfeed up to 6-7 years old because my aunt, a very diehard breastfeeding mom, did that to his son. So I saw this kid, running around and then mommy, and then while we were
Yeah, because I know when
6 years
you
old.
see that around, people would usually say, "So many, I mean, nako na kayo nagandaga na niya, tutol pa."
Yeah, I think the kid only stopped breastfeeding around 7 years old.
Wow.
It was at first, of course, it was like awkward, and it was like this is. But then I knew from her that it's okay to breastfeed to that. But what you will be more siguro if you're doing that is that to be more conscious na lang din of how the other people around you will see it. So that's why I think they do the breastfeeding at home na lang. When outside, wala na po. I mean, you know, for a 7-year-old to be breastfeeding outside, siguro that was more uncomfortable for her already.
Okay.
So she kept it inside the house, but she breastfed until 7 years old.
Yeah, since you've raised that concept of awareness in breastfeeding, I'd like to ask you because there was a picture of a mother who was breastfeeding a child at a fast food chain, and that picture drew both negative and positive reactions from netizens because they say that wasn't very sensitive at all on the part of the mother to be breastfeeding in public.
How old is the baby?
She was still carrying the child.
For me, that's...
What are your thoughts? Is that fine?
That's fine.
Is that not fine?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Who's being insensitive? The person who is making the child not eat and being too unaware of the biologic purpose of having mammary glands and the way that we are called mammals.
Yeah.
Or the mom who is just trying to feed her kid. You know, there's no
Yeah.
sexualization in it at all. At the moment when your child is really hungry, wala gyud pakialam kung unsa nang mataw diha. Ginasyagit na gyud imong anak.
Maybe at my point naman, siguro the awkward one lang is if you know that the kid can feed himself and still you breastfeed siguro and you know in a public place kana siguro. I think for me it's enough because I mean, you can see this kid nga, okay, dako na siya, he can feed himself, tapos breastfeed sa public. I think that's one thing that will make me a little bit more uncomfortable. But for us, one baby, I mean, you know, that's the point. I mean, why? Why would you stop a mother feeding her baby? I'm actually hearing a lot of stories of my best friend right now is breastfeeding, and she was so angry at one of the hotels. Now she went to one of the hotels in Bacolod because when she asked for a place to, you know, at least breastfeed the baby, she was not given she was not brought to a room or something like that to at least do the breastfeeding. So she said she didn't care and breastfed outside in the lobby. You know, some mothers are sensitive, but it's how the society support and perceive these moms.
Okay. So in other words, there's a need for us for the public in general to be educated on the importance of breastfeeding and supporting breastfeeding even in public places. As you've mentioned, here in the Philippines, there's actually a law that supports breastfeeding. It should be an area where mothers can breastfeed their children or kids, even in public places.
My stand on that, if the mom is comfortable bringing out her mammary gland and feed the baby, I mean, let's just support her for that. I mean, but there are some moms who cover, naman, diba, they have them covered. That's also fine because it's up to her. Even there are other advocates even who, you know, who don't want the women to cover. Kasi nga daw, it's just like you eating. Would you like to cover your face while eating? Or something like that. But you know however the mom would like to execute it or to do it in public, I think every mom deserves the respect of everyone. It's not what she does, but it's how you think about what she does.
Okay.
If you sexualize it,
speaking of that, does your group have, perhaps we can call it standards as far as breastfeeding in open spaces or public spaces are concerned? The ethical considerations. What should you wear? Should you cover? Should you not cover? Do you discuss this in your group?
We discuss it, but it's up to the mom.
Okay.
Yeah, we discuss it and provide her the support that she needs, mom to mom, because we don't necessarily have the time to go to meet in person. So that's why it's in Facebook and we just have a group.
And if we have moms watching us right now, we'd like to encourage you to join the conversation, post your comments and even questions so that our guests can also talk about that. Alright, there's a question, are lactating rooms accessible now at malls and other public spaces? Any feedback from those places?
I think we wish they are.
And they are in most In most malls, they are.
And they have now.
Actually, I don't know the places that don't have because I don't go there. So if there's a mall, the first thing I'm like, where's the breastfeeding room in this place?
Okay.
There's none. I will go to the next door. I'm not going here. So in Ayala there is, in Robinson's Galleria there is, in SM there is. In Gaisano, I know there are some Gaisano, like I live in Mactan, and there's Gaisano Mactan sa Silong, and that's like breastfeeding area.
Okay.
So, and then government offices are required, and public spaces are required. So most places have, all you have to do is really ask.
Yeah. Let's go back to some basic questions.
Alright.
Why is there a need? What's the most important? Why is it important to breastfeed? What are the benefits that the child and perhaps the mother can get from breastfeeding?
Would you like to answer?
Yeah, and the bond. You know, the number one is,
The bond.
aside from the
Health
the anti,
benefits.
you know what you call the health benefits.
Yeah.
You know, it's the bond that you create with your child when you feed the child, especially it's you hold her close or him close, and then that's really special and that's really precious.
Di mo
Yeah,
describe
you
it, no?
cannot describe
Di mo
it. You
describe.
can never describe it. All you can do is like take a picture perhaps. I'm guilty of that. I mean, I took a picture of myself breastfeeding, and it was, because you cannot describe the bond that it creates between the mom and the baby. So that's one, and of course, aside from all the health benefits that you get. Yeah, and savings.
Yeah.
Formula is
The
so
practical side of
expensive.
it.
Yes.
Formula water and all the things.
Yes.
That's around 50 to 60,000.
Yes, a month.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That-
Yeah, magpalit pa kang diaper. So, may pang mag-cloth diaper, gets ako
Yes.
ma-save din. Mas good for the environment pa.
Okay.
The lampin,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High-tech naman
During
tayo
during
nun.
our time, we
Oh.
used lampin.
Yeah.
But they're so high-tech now, you wouldn't believe it. They're so great and they look great too. The new lampin.
It's already like a diaper style.
Yeah.
So May mentioned the bond that breastfeeding can create between a child and a mother. Doc, would you please discuss the health benefits?
How long do I have? Do I have like 5 hours?
5.5. 5.5.
I usually divide it in the 3. When I do lectures, I do breastfeeding classes every month. Every month I'm in UC Med and it's free.
I see.
And
Very good
Mactan
news,
Doctors
very
are
good
there
news for
every month
future
and
moms,
it's
yeah.
free too.
Yeah.
And there are some classes that are not free, but there are a lot of free classes, so
Yeah, why not? Why go to
why go to a paid class if you can go to free class?
Yeah.
So the number one that we usually think about is nutrition, and we already know that. I don't need to talk about it.
Okay, for my benefit,
For your
why is it better than
Ako
formula?
bilisayon, ano naman.
Sige.
Kung pananglita na kay bata ang 4 years old.
Because Doc, we're not only talking to future moms and moms,
Yes,
but
yes.
also to future dads.
Yes.
Yeah, future dads.
Yeah, who should
Super.
also understand. Yeah.
Pananglita na kay bata ang 4 years old. Unsa may best kanon aning bata ang 4 years old. Di ba? Mga utan, homemade ice cream, fish, and
Mashed
all that.
potatoes.
But generally, when you process a food, it loses some of its characteristics if it's not meant to be processed. For example, if you can beef and you put it in a can, it becomes corned beef, right? So if you compare the person who's eating beef, real beef with high iron content, high protein content, and no preservatives, I hope, kundi siya free range cow. Cow ba ng beef? Oh.
Yeah.
Nalimutan ako. And you compare the person eating real meat with a person eating corned beef. Would you expect some health differences and some nutrition differences? Of course you would, because the person eating this processed food is expected to have lower nutritional status than someone who's eating
Yeah.
real food that was
Of course.
cooked in the lutong bahay.
Yes.
But if you have a baby who is eating food that is species specific, which is human to human, so probably the proteins in this human milk will not cause an allergy in this human baby, compared to the protein in a baby, in a cow mother, in a mother cow, and you're giving it to a human baby. You'd expect it to have some. Bigyan kayo siya nakatugma, kasi mo sila pareho ng species, right? So the milk, this is not compatible, because the milk of the cow is made for the baby cow. not for the baby human. So you would expect the properties, the protein size of the baby cow's milk is 3 times bigger than the human milk protein size.
Okay.
So you would expect differences in the way that this person grows in the long run. So that's just putting it in a nutshell. That makes sense.
Of course, of course.
I usually talk about this for like an hour.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to put it in like 2 minutes.
But of course, we'd like to clarify that we're not saying that the formula is bad.
We're not saying that the formula is bad. We're saying that you have to accept the risks because there are risks involved, and that there are medical indications to give formula to your child. It's not something left and right mo lang ihatag. For example, if my kids ate noodles, like instant noodles, I know the risks of my kids eating instant noodles.
Yeah.
Right? So if I gave my child milk formula, then I know the risk of giving my child instant formula. It's all about knowing what you are doing and being able to prevent untoward things from happening.
Okay.
For example, allergies. Because you know that your child is at a higher risk to have this one.
Yeah.
There is a medical indication. Formula has a place in the world, no? It's just the way it's marketed that's very questionable.
Okay. Okay. That's a whole new discussion.
That's a whole new discussion. It can take me like 2 days.
Yeah.
And the other one, that's
So that's
nutrition.
Yeah.
And number 2 is bond, which is so obvious because you're holding your baby skin to skin and you can feel the warmth of your baby. And they have humot kaya buhok sa bata, no? Oh my gosh, humot kaya kaayo. And then they're so soft and cuddly. And of course, you're able to bond. You have eye-to-eye contact. Did you know that when you switch your baby from right to left, their hearing is better?
Oh, really?
Because they're switched, right? So they're hearing, they're being stimulated this way. And then next time, they're being stimulated that way. So they have a bilateral stimulation.
Oh.
Yeah, and their socialization is so great because mag-breastfeed ka mo, seryoso man sa kasi mo, baby, ayaw sige Facebook.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point to make. Moms out there, try to set your phones away so that you can actually establish real bond with your child. Because really, the point is, yeah.
But
That's
I
a
did
good point to
one
make,
time
yeah.
nahulog bitaw ng phone sa baby. But I'm only human, you know. But I try to teach things, but I'm a human person, and then like so where was I? Anyway, so the box.
That's what? Yeah.
Alright, so that's so obvious. When you have this stable person, and this is research by Dr. Niels Bergman, when you have this person who has stable environment and people to bond with for the first 2 years of life, that is the foundation of this person's socialization for like the rest of his life. If magsige ka og change og katong person nga iyang na-bonded sa first 2 years of life, basin in the end, magdisod na siya socialize later on. There may be some dysfunction there. For example, if it's the yaya taking care of your child, and if you're working, that's the reality, di ba? Ang yaya mag-bond magyud na imong bata sa iyang yaya. Kasi you change og yaya. So what do you make a constant? You should be the constant, and the other family members should be the constant because you're the ones who are always there. Kaya dili nga ibili ng saraya, but sometimes it's so hard.
Yeah.
I have patients, they work like 12 hours, they have to travel.
Especially our single moms.
Single moms, and then the traffic kaayo. I guess you just have to set a balance na lang. Yeah, there's no perfect world.
That's true. That's true.
So that's number 1, nutrition, number 2, bond, and number 3 is the most important, and that is protection. Because the entire time that you are giving breast milk to your baby, you're able to provide antibodies to your baby specific to the environment of your child.
Okay.
For example, di ba, lami kay kisan ang cheeks sa baby?
Yeah.
Di ba, huwag yung ulo? Oh my God! That's not an accident that happens. Because the oral area of your baby will have saliva. Ang kanang iyang saliva na nanay sample diha sa mga kagaw nga sa inasiyang environment. When you kiss your baby's cheeks, you will have a sample of that saliva. And some of those kagaw will go in your body, and your body will say, "Hey kagaw, let's make antibodies." And the antibodies are also produced in your breast, and they go to your baby, protecting your baby in real time. And daghan na bang gamisos ron dahang gatiplas.
Yes, in the US, there's an outbreak in Washington.
In US, na ako na outbreak. Pero
Yeah.
in my clinic, I see a lot of people with measles. Like before, I go, oh my God, I think it's measles, and I'd be texting my friends, na ako yung measles nga case, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Pero karon, measles na siya. Like, ordinaryo na kayo ang measles ron. Sa una, katong presidente pa ko na may measles nga case, sigag yun ako mata. Madinig na nga, now sa measles. Karon, left and right, measles. Ang mga pasyente ma-admit ang measles.
Which
But,
is sad.
yeah, but you're able to give antibodies to your child through your breast milk. Because your child who is like 4 months old, 5 months old, you cannot give the measles vaccine to this child.
That's right.
And you protect your little baby with your breast milk. And if you're giving milk formula to your baby, then you should know that you're not giving protection to your baby. What will you do? You will ask milk from your friend. Dahil
Can
lang
you-
tayo breast milk
can you
dahil
do
pwede
that?
ko mamayo.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Can you
Yeah,
do
I
that?
did that.
Okay.
Yes.
I became
yes.
a lactation consultant because I was a low supply mom.
Okay.
So I sat down and studied it, kina-frustrate ko, ano ako kabalo. I asked for milk from so many people. So you can do that, and that is called milk sharing, or padisad ka, wet nursing. Somebody else will breastfeed your baby.
Mm.
But I would like to specify that you have to be really careful about HIV transmission.
Oh, that's
So there is
true.
HIV
Yes,
transmission
that's
in breast
true.
milk. Yeah,
Yes.
so you have to practice safe milk sharing. In other words, kinalan disalig gyud ka sa imong milk.
You have to be very meticulous about
Yes.
it.
And if you are sharing the milk, kinahanglan nahukog ka siya siyang kamot. What if kinamuton naman na siya? You don't need a pump.
I see.
Pwede ka mag-pump kaysa yun.
If you
Pero
have-
if you have the money to buy a pump, but I know a lot of people who don't. So they just use their hands.
Yeah.
Ako pa itong mga 3 years na ako nag-breastfeed, 5 kabuk akong pump. Pero mula ko, ako'y dam pump. Akong dano cooler nga gamay,
Okay.
ice pack, kay high-tech na ka na ice pack ron 12 hours frozen.
Wow.
Yeah, they're so small, that like little cells, and just put it in the freezer, they're so small, and they keep your milk cold for 12 hours straight.
Wow.
Then, gamay nga sudlan na nanay cover.
Okay.
Why tabon-tabon? Nasa dia, usually mag-blazer man ko or shawl. And then the people, at first, were so awkward around me. And then, it was like, if you don't want to see breast, don't sit beside her. And I'm like, if you have problems about breastfeeding and breastfeeding in public, I don't think I need you in my life. So, there's no benefit of us being together on the same table. You can sit there because I have the right to be here.
So,
Wala, di ba?
three major reasons why
Those
you
are-
should breastfeed.
yeah.
Nutrition,
Bond,
bond,
and protection.
protection.
Those are the main reasons, and there are so many other reasons, like savings, etc.
Yeah. Mami Laika, do you agree with at least the practical reason?
Yeah, super. It saved a lot. And
Okay,
Di ba masakit?
to put
Yeah.
it in context, you mentioned earlier that giving formula to your kids would at least get a chunk of your money, 50, 60,000
Mga 50 to
a month.
60,000. And that's the ordinary milk. Why apil atong milk nga in anak tag 900.
Yeah.
Na ay milk nga anak tag 900. Makahilak yung kagdugo. Mahal yun siya kaayo.
Because weekly you consume a lot, but not just one can.
Palit pa ka tubig.
Yeah, one can is around 1,800 to how much?
Pila na
How
mga
much na?
Pila na ron?
Oh, almost 2,000.
Oh my goodness.
And that can be consumed in like 2-3 days.
Plus water.
That's water.
Plus iron.
It has to be distilled.
And it has to be hot water. You can't just mix it like everybody thinks. You just buy distilled water and timpla.
Yeah.
Kinahanglan init ang tubig, inigmix niya sa milk formula. Para
Okay.
ma-sterilize ang milk formula. Kaya di man ang tubig ang problema.
Okay.
Ang processing man.
Okay.
So, mahal yun siya. Plus,
Okay.
masig kasakit.
Yeah. These are the numbers that future parents should take into consideration when making decisions about feeding the child.
Yeah.
How much were you able to save?
I can't.
Makapalit na gamit sa bag.
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Was it a conscious effort on your part? Mag-breastfeed ko because I want to save? Or was it an offshoot of your breastfeeding na naka-realize ka, naka-save the ko because...
It's actually one of the reasons why.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, would you like to know asa padong ang mga kwarta
Go ahead,
na
please.
nasave? It all went to food. Kay gutom kayo magpa-breastfeed.
Tinuod.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very, dili siya obvious, but I eat a lot. Gutom kayo magpa-breastfeed because breastfeeding moms lose about 500 calories.
Per day.
Yeah, per day. So,
Minimum.
naay uban manambok, naay uban magniwang. So, muna siya. Ako, personally, I cannot sleep at night o dili ko mukaon again after my dinner. And by kaon, I mean it's rice,
Yeah.
sudan, and water.
Yeah.
Usan na serving. Kaya di ko katuog, magkuan akong tiyan. O, leftover. Yeah, or sometimes, sili nga namin sa Park Mall. So, I go to wherever nga, so nga doon and open and eat. Kay, muna siya lagi, it's very gutom ang good sa breastfeeding mom. So, most of the time siguro nagsige kag kaon to make
Yeah.
up for the calories that you lost.
Yeah. Okay, I just couldn't help it, but I tried to calculate. If you save, like, if you spend 50,000, at least 50,000 a month, in a year you'll be
No,
able
not
to
a
save
month, not a month. That's the whole breastfeeding
duration.
Yeah.
How long does?
That's around 6 months to around 8 months na computed.
Okay,
Na.
but still,
Yeah.
it's still 50,000.
Still, dako
Yeah.
kaayo.
Like if it's example, it's 2,000 and you consume like in a week 2 cans, that's 4,000 a week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Times
Times
4
Times
weeks.
4,
So that's
yeah.
how much? That's
16.
4, 8, that's 16,000.
16,000.
16,000 a month. Yeah.
So, sa'yo to ako ang calculation.
It's
Okay.
almost similar. Say 6
Similar.
months, 16,000 times 6 months.
More.
More.
Something,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
16 times 6.
Maybe that time the
Huwag
bill
ka to
costs
train
just
so
1,500.
pag-compute
Ah,
ako.
ah, ah, ah.
Plus, if magsisakit-sakit imong bata, you have to prepare money for the medication.
Yeah.
And for the doctor's
That's
visit.
true. That's
Eh, di
true.
ba, human og doctor's visit kay mga on man?
That's true. Naturally. Yeah. So more or less, it's even higher, 96,000. You save
96?
96,000 in the whole duration.
Yeah.
You can get
Plus
a car.
water, plus water.
You can have payment for a car.
I'll pay it for a
Yeah.
car. Yeah, or a new iPhone. But anyway, on a more serious note, how does a mother need to prepare should she decide to go into breastfeed?
What do you think?
What are the considerations?
When a pregnant mom or kanang you're a woman who's thinking of kanang conceiving anytime soon, for me, sa ako lang personally, I would recommend na if you want to kanang gain more knowledge in breastfeeding by the time na manganak na ka, first is you have to find a breastfeeding class and attend it. Kay mo yun yung source of information nga ma-equip ka ba nga kibaw na ka o unsa imong i-look forward to when you are delivering ikaw man yung panganak. Second is you look for a breastfeeding group in Facebook where you can get factual information about breastfeeding because let's face it, a lot of people are giving you kanang information na misguided ka ba?
Yes, the kind of
Yeah,
accounts.
yeah, especially myths.
No to fake news.
Yeah, no to fake news, especially myths. So you look for a breastfeeding group that can provide you factual breastfeeding information. To name Milk Making Mommies,
Yeah.
Cebu Breastfeeding Support Group, and of course Cebu Mommy Women Support Group. Just recently, speaking of myths, nag-post ko sa akong page about 10 myths. I debunked 10 myths about breastfeeding. And then,
Please share some of those myths.
some of
Lingaw
those,
pa ayo.
yeah, some of those myths. I'll just share a few ha. I posted
Okay.
10, but actually, daghan kina. One, ang pikas tutoy kanon, ang pikas kisudan.
Basta mo din na ilang tinuuhan.
Oh my gosh, Mamshi, both of them produce breast milk.
These are myths that
Yeah.
she was able to debunk.
Number two, actually this is very common. Some would suggest, uy, ikaw inom mo tambal, kinisipon imong anak. But, if ang bata na hilantan or nasipon, ang bata may inom mo tambal, dili ang inahan. Kay, most medications are safe in breastfeeding. So, little to no effect yun sa bata. So, sa laktong istorya, dili maayo imong anak, kay ikaw ba nang inom sa tambal. So,
Pero naayon siya tungkol sa breast milk.
naayon siya tungkol sa breast milk, but
Sayang
sa imong inom nga gitambal, wala.
Yeah.
Another. This was very common sa dili ka pwede matugan na.
Ngano daw? O
Kay
kung ano
mawala imong gatas.
Ah.
Kay amot lang maana ko imong gatas.
Mato sa...
Oh, another one. This is very, very common and I really read this a lot. Di ka pwede binumubugnaw. This is cold and breastfeeding.
Ano bang gulo?
No, on a serious note, dili daw ka pwede mo inumubugnaw kay makasipon daw sa imong anak. That's myth, guys. You can drink cold water or cold beverages.
Giinit lang kasi mong lawas.
Yes, sa imong lawas. When it reaches your body, it adapts to your body temperature. So even if you squeeze your breast milk after drinking cold beverages, warm na yung gatas.
Kadaghanan na bigay sa mga myths, especially here in the Philippines, generally in Asia, right? They can't defend the theory. They always end with the argument, why mawala ni mo kumuto ka? But actually, there are things that you lose if you don't follow the proper procedures, right? No?
For example, kung gikapoy kuno ka, di kuno ka pwede mo breastfeed kay mo baby kapoy yun san.
So mamatay na yung mga i-feed.
Bahala na mo siya tinalan mag-chill sa ka. Actually, hindi naman pwede na yun niya. Ipasilit sa bungbong. Ang gatas. Hindi ko niya, asa mo sa bungbong? Sa left bungbong or sa right? Ito basta daw, inigikan ka sa work, igulin na mo sa balay, ipasilit mo siya sa bungbong. Eh di sayang, di ba?
Oh, another one! Ang imong gatas mapanos, dili matutyan, dili na siya mapanos unless you express it.
Yeah.
For example,
Also yung pasabot, mapanos inside?
Inside. Like for example, let's say a working mom 8 to 12 hours wala sa balay, wala na tutyan. So yung kunong gatas, by the time you get home, panos na siya. Uy, dili na siya mapanos unless you express it.
Bisan pagi mo siya i-express, bisan na ka siya diha, 4 to 6 hours na siya diha.
Oh.
I see, okay.
So, pwede ka mo ihatag later, bisan itanaw pa ka, say, probinsyano. Di ba?
Alright, aside from our guests here in the panel, we also have other members of the Cebu support group of breastfeeding mothers. We have with us Jeddah, how do you pronounce this? Ruyan? Reuyan Galan. We have Giselle Ann Boy, Cheryl Labro, Burasol Quintanilla, and Irish Navarro. 3 of them will be joining us here in front. Come on, ladies, please join us. So we can also ask you about your experiences. Some of you will go there, the other.
We're all wearing this pink shirt because
Yes.
we recently trained them from the Philippine Pediatric Society Central Visayas chapter.
Okay.
We launched a training for peer counselors to be able to provide factual information in the community.
Okay.
So if you have breastfeeding problems, if you just need somebody to talk to,
Yes.
these are your girls.
Okay, so we have with us Giselle, Jeddah, and Cheryl. Okay, new moms?
Yes, first time, mom.
First time?
My son is already 2.
Okay.
I have 2 kids.
2 kids. Alright, so your experiences in breastfeeding, what made you decide to do breastfeeding?
Oh, yes. I'm a single working mom. So, the first reason nga ako nagpa-breastfeed is para makasave.
Okay.
So, secondary na ang health benefits of breastfeeding. So, ang first yun is ang savings since I am a single mom. So, limited ang funds. So, at first, very challenging ang akong breastfeeding journey since pag anak sa akong baby, dili siya mo tutoy na ko. So, wala ko naka-attend o breastfeeding class. So, wala na set ang expectation o kung saan dapat. So, muto akong first thinking nga, at first magsilit-silit jud ang tutoy, ang gatas. So, muto marag na-depress ko, something anak. But naningkamot jud ko nga makapatutoy. So, I pumped. And then I gave it to my baby. So after 27 days pa, usa pa siya nitutoy directly sa ako. So I've been breastfeeding for 1 year kapin na and still ongoing. And I am a working mom also. So 2 months, wala pa akong kaabot sa katong 90 days nga maternity leave. So after 2 months, back to work na ko. But thankfully, ang akong company nga gi-workan karon is very supportive of breastfeeding. So there is a lactation room and I am allowed to express milk for 3 times a day. So until now, pumping di happen ko.
Okay.
And provide breast milk.
What's your major challenge as a breastfeeding working mom?
Challenge. Actually, para na ko kay wala rin siya challenge. So, ang first month lang nakatong dili gid siya mo latch maro to ang challenge para sa ako but na-overcome na nako. So, napadayon ra gihapon ko karon.
Okay.
So, para nako if ka na well informed lang ka o determined jud ka nga mo breastfeed sa imong baby, everything will fall into place and it will get better lang sa sugod ra na siya lisod. Pero if mo huna-huna ka mindset lang nga if ganahan ka mo continue kay mo kuan jud na siya.
I think in everything, the challenge is always in the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
So, katong mga ganahan mag-diet after the holidays, you can do it. You just have to start. Okay, yes. What made you... Okay, because now we have proved that single working moms can actually breastfeed their kids.
Of course.
Yes, please.
Sa ako asa kay usa gyud ang health benefits niya pareho sa ni Mami Giselle kay ang kuan sad niya ang ma-save sad gyud. So muna nga sa wala pa ko nanganak, nag-search na gyud ko about breastfeeding. Unya kay pagpanganak na nako dito na ko na-realize nga di gyud siya sayon daghan gyud challenges niya. Karon ang akong anak 2 years old na until now naagi ako yung mga challenges no lain siya mag-graduate kani nga challenge lahi na sad pero ma-feel gyapon yung mga benefits mo na nga napadayon gyapon ako ang breastfeeding until
Ano sa pinaka-latest na challenge?
sa karon nga 2 years old na siya na likot na kayo no ang ako karon kay ang kanang twiddling kanang maghikap sa other side murag daghan sa siguro makarelate ana kadako na kanang liho kaayo na magtutoy siya so usagi na sa challenge nga murag lisod kaayo siya nga ikuan pero oh murag ina na ay times gyud nga murag ma-feel sad nimo nga kanang kapoy na gani kay labi na dako na niya kanang ikagabi magsigig gyapon siyang tutoy inana niya murag
Terrible 2,
oh
terrible 3.
So muna kanang daghan gyud kay challenges so una kani nga masulbad ni lahi na pod pero mas ugat man pud ang kanang benefits so
Yeah.
una nga mapadayon gyapon ang breastfeeding.
Are you working also?
I worked for 2 years so last year lang ko ni-quit sa akong job so sa katong time nga full-time working ko for 9 hours kuan gyapon nagpampo sa work kunya gihatag ang express milk while I'm working. Then, kung nasa sa balay, lunch na siya sa ako.
Okay. Was your working environment supportive?
Para na po kay supportive yung kayo, dayon, murag ako ang murag una sa gyud nga taas-taas gyud og life nga naka-breastfeed sa amo ang workplace. Dayon, sunod nana po yung mga nabuntis na mga moms, yeah, naka-follow sad sila nga, naka-continue gid sila gid, successful sa ila mo na proud sad ko sa akong workplace before nga nakapadayon gid og breastfeed ang mga moms. Ni support sad gid sila. Nya okay sad ang lactation room, naka-provide sad. Then nasa gid mi time nga maka sa amo ang lactation break. So okay kaayo.
Very good to hear. What about you? Please share your experience. Yeah.
Yes.
2 kids now.
Yes, I have 2 kids, 1 boy and 1 girl. And then the first one I failed. I know, not literally failed in breastfeeding, but I stopped at 6 months because I didn't know about pump. And then nag-try ko sa manual pump. It's very hard and time-consuming. And then I said to myself, second baby, I promised myself na ako na dyan yung breastfeed. Until such time na siya na dyan ang mudili. So, ito siya, besides sa savings, besides sa kanyang kuan, ako dyan kipadayon, it's because I knew akong first baby, asthmatic, and sige balik-balik sa hospital, expenses tanan na dito. So, unlike sa ako yung second child nga, well, I have a testimony nga, okay jud kayo ako ang second child because I'm a working mom also, pumping, and then our company also is very supportive in breastfeeding. So we have pumping breaks so in the morning and the afternoon. So ako rin siya padayon.
So your second child from birth, breastfed
From birth, yes, from birth until na siya na lang jud ang murag mikuan na gid siya. At almost 3 years naman siya, 2 years kapin, so ni-stop na po siya.
Okay. Very good to know.
Very fulfilling, and the hard work is really, it's all worth it.
Very good, very good. And it's actually very nice to know that you have this group that supports your fellow breastfeeding mothers. Please tell us about the activities lined up for this year's Babies and Kids Fair.
Alright, the Babies and Kids Fair will be in Ayala Center, Cebu, and it's called the myticketing.com Babies and Kids Celebrations Fair, and it celebrates the beauty of little ones' milestones nationwide. There are actually seven parts of this fair, and it is in Cebu on March 2 and 3, in Subic on April 27 and 28, in Laguna, Manila South on May 18 and 19, Misamis Oriental on June 29 and 30, Pampanga, July 20 to 21, Manila North, August 17 and 18, and in Bacolod on November 30 to December 1.
Do mothers have to pay for
No, it's
this?
all free.
It's
Everything
all for
is
free.
It's
Okay,
all
so
free. Everything is
that's very
free.
clear to
For
all
free.
moms.
Yes.
Yeah, if I may add,
go ahead.
of course, in this exhibit, by the way, there will be a lot of booths that will be offering a lot of different things for you moms and your kids and your babies. And if there are also companies there who are supporting breastfeeding and all these, and you would like to be a part of this activity, you are very welcome to do that. You can actually contact us on Facebook, and you can go to chicketing.com. That's a place where you can actually log on and ask about how to be a part of this very wonderful event that support these wonderful moms and of course in breastfeeding.
Yeah, and the specific programs that we have in March 2, it's more an arts workshop and for kids with special needs advocacy. Okay, so there's going to be a magic show, there's paper, flower, balloon twisting workshop, and peekaboo. And there's a summer kiddie fashion show for the little kids. And there's a talk on learning developmental milestones with dynamic pediatric therapy. They are occupational therapists.
I see.
Okay, and it's very important to know which milestone your child should have. So if it's all about early intervention, you know, if your child has a delay, then you have to address that because it's not like the end of it.
Yeah.
And then on the second day, in the morning, 11 o'clock, there's gonna be mom and baby yoga. Actually, this mom and baby yoga is more focused on breastfeeding also. So we will be teaching asanas and postures that will help you with mastitis, relaxation, increasing your supply. Because there is such a thing as just, you know, breathing exercises that can increase your breast milk supply. It's not all about sige na kaginabog something, iikot mo sabaw, 200 gallons of kamunggay. It's not only that, there are also other things that you can learn.
Yeah,
you know,
but that's useful.
It's very
soup.
Yeah, it's very useful. But if this works for you, that means that you have a nutritional deficit. If you eat something and daghan imong gatas, meaning ang imong diet nay kuwang. Kaya nga nung pagkaon mo kamunggay, daghan imong gatas, meaning kuwang kag kamunggay sa imong life. So, hindi siya healthy. Healthy kasi a machine, if you're a car, na kuwang kag parts, di ba ka mandar, di ba? So, kailangan kumpleto ng parts para mo andar. Okay, and there's going to be a positive parenting talk because it's so hot nowadays, you know, diba? Bullying,
right.
hitting kids. Positive parenting is a very, very pertinent topic. And there's a complementary feeding lecture because it goes hand in hand with breastfeeding. And nutrition as a whole, and the Philippine Pediatric Society and the National Nutrition Council are of course very, very passionate about keeping the kids healthy so that they don't have to get sick. That's what pediatrics is all about, preventing illness. Okay, so you want to know what food you want to feed your kid para di na siya masakit-sakit. Panalitan, inig 6 months old niya, siyang kanon, unsay consistency siyang kaon, kapila ni mo siya kakanon, na mabuntag ba o hapon, things like that. And you know when I gave birth, doktor na ko ato, huwag ko kapahon sa ko'y pakaon sa mga. Mga tama ka po kung wait lang. 6 months na mga na kung siyang kanon. Dili siya timpla, kuan siya, pagkaon niya tinuuray.
Okay. And this will be very helpful, especially to new couples. Who are still, learning the ropes.
Yes. And then, learning the ropes kay na baby wearing fashion show. So katong mga rap, sling, kay na fashion show moms, you can join our fashion show. Just click myticketing.com and sign up there, and you can go there in your OOTD and join us in the fashion show.
Is there a limitation as to the number of attendees?
Wala
So it's open to everyone.
Yes.
So do you need to register before?
Yes, you do, so that that we can give you updates like show up at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about kanang mga walk-ins? Do you entertain walk-ins?
For the fashion show?
For any of that?
For the fashion show, that's the one that you need to register. So
alright.
we can have you. Yeah. But for the attendees,
Yeah.
for the fair, it's open. You can come anytime for the
Yes.
for these 2 days.
Yes.
As early as the mall opens, so you can come and enjoy and learn a lot
Yeah.
from these moms and enjoy it. You know, it's gonna be a very fulfilling activity for you and your baby.
And aside from
And your
learning
kids.
from experts,
We're also
you'll
going
also
to
get
be
go ahead.
acknowledging companies and places that provide
Yes.
breastfeeding support. So
Yeah.
that is the main feature of this program. There is a
Yeah.
breastfeeding awards.
Yeah.
Because the moms who are breastfeeding need an award. So everybody who's going to sign up is going to get a certificate that nasa na award. So yay na the award. And
I was
then
about to say earlier,
yeah.
I think one of the best things also that can happen to whoever will attend the fair is that you get to meet other moms
Yes.
and share
Yes.
stories and
Yes.
experiences.
Yeah, that's why I have a tea party in the afternoon, in the late afternoon. The tea party is just a meet-up type thing. We do this regularly with our group. We meet in specific places and just talk about whatever we want to talk about. Para support, or nasa taon ni life ba?
Is this open? Is this
It is
open?
open, it's open.
Is this open to dads as well?
Dads are encouraged to come
Yeah.
because it's so hard to breastfeed without the support of the partner. And the lolas can come too. And there's going to be cookies and some drinks to encourage the breast milk to flow, the lacto lactating cookies.
So if you're free on
March 3.
3,
That's 2 and 3.
2 and 3, why
Yeah.
not attend and learn something and learn more from fellow mothers and experts on breastfeeding.
Yes.
So I'd like to thank you all for being here today. Thank you very much, Dr. Marini, Mom Laika, and of course Mayan and the other members of the support group, Milk Making Mommies and Cebu Mommy Women Support Group. Thank you very much, ladies, for joining us today and for sharing the good news with us and to all our viewers. And if you have more questions and comments, don't hesitate to write them down in the comment section. Hopefully they will get to see them and answer them for all of you. Thank you very much for joining us on a Saturday. I'm Jobert Alcott, the online editor of the Freeman. We'll see you again next time here in the Freeman Conversations, because as we always say, every story is a conversation. Have a nice weekend, everyone.